I think we have to get to a point where people have the freedom to make their own decisions, but they also have hope that there is an option for them,
Yeah,
and that's
give
what
them
we're trying
a pathway, and like
do.
the exercise thing, it's not just give them, control of their life. It makes them happier. There's been studies that show it's much more effective than antidepressants.
Absolutely. Well, it's first of all, there's the physiological side, which affects the brain, but it's also the sensation of discomfort that you push through, knowing
Yes.
that you have to focus on the thing you have to do. And that, I think, it helps us in anything we're encountering, whether you're going through a divorce or a bankruptcy or an injury or an illness. If you know that pushing through to the other side because you've got a meaning there, that can give people hope for a better life. My favorite psychologist is Viktor Frankl. And he developed this Lagos treatment, which was basically giving people a sense of meaning. He survived the Holocaust in the concentration camp because he had a sense of meaning that he wanted his book was stolen from him in the concentration camp about this theory, and he wanted to live on so he could survive and write that book. And then he found in his teaching that it wasn't so much people's circumstances that determined their happiness, it was whether they had a meaning in life.
And this was one of our favorite moments, just because Pierre turns this discussion, which is very dark and very depressing, into what he believes is physically and spiritually positive for people in their day-to-day lives, and doesn't just give people that are dependent on controlled substances, that are dependent on narcotics and malicious drugs. It's a lesson for everybody. And we live this out in our daily lives. Some people you see they're in their 80s, they look more useful than somebody that's in their 50s or 60s. And in a lot of reasons, or a lot of cases, that's because those 80-year-olds, they are still living a life that is full of meaning and full of purpose. Whereas some people, they lose that. If you lose your purpose, if you lose meaning, and if you don't believe you're useful anymore, your spirit starts to die inside. And when your spirit starts to die inside, that can affect your body physically. So this is a really powerful moment in this whole conversation, in my opinion. It's one of my favorites, because this is the state of Canada right now.